But as we said, these kind of races can throw up some freak results as well. And Gracious Grace, it wouldn't be the biggest shock if she was able to put her best foot forward. Behind is number 10, and this is one of the money horses of the meeting, Time Control. Ross Orion looking for a quick double. Tony Carroll, the trainer. This gelding has a first-time hood. He was the one who sprang an almighty shock when winning at Windsor in September. 100 to 1 and ahead to the good over El Hibri. He's held his form OK since as well. That included a 2 1/4 length third over course and distance in a better race than this. That form gives him serious claims in here. And while he did disappoint last time at Wolverhampton, he still wasn't beaten too far. And a first-time hood should eke out a little bit more improvement from him. He's interesting and particularly notable for one of Tony's to be well supported throughout the day. Number 7 in behind, that is Ricardo of Worthing. Paddy Bradley claiming 3 for Simon Dow, also a first-time hood. 0 from 12, yet to show he's capable of much, to be honest, at least recently. He was set a pretty thankless task last October, his penultimate start. He was a long-lasting course and distance novice. He was nearer the back when last seen 6 days ago in a 6 furlong classified at Lingfield, and he's backing up quickly, but once again he's hard to fancy. That is number 7, and just behind number 7 we await with interest to see who is going to be next up. Number 9, Star Adorned, 4-year-old filly. William Carver claiming 3 for Simon Hodgson, another in a hood, another who is a maiden, 0 from 11, this filly. One of a few in here. She doesn't have a great relationship with a quick start. She blew her chance here over 6 furlongs in November. She's been off since. She's back after 2 months. She's not really shown enough to be involved, to be honest, even in this calibre of race. She needs to improve. And the hood is back on, which it wasn't last time. Maybe that'll help her. Behind number 2, Carry On H, Rhiannon Ingram claiming 3 for Roger Ingram. 1 from 18, that win came over 5 furlongs off 52 at Windsor last summer for Charlie McBride. Just showed ability for a race of this grade. I mean, she was third at 150 to 1 at Chelmsford in September. That's not a million miles from the best form, recent form in here. The problem is she's just not consistent. She didn't kick on from that in 3 further starts in the months after. She is dropping into this grade for the first time. That might help. And while consistency is a problem, her best could see her competitive, and a step back up to 7 might suit, and cheek pieces are put on. So you can make the case. I just thought she wasn't quite as solid as a few of the others. Number 1 is Canimar, 9-year-old mare, Tom Quilly for Seamus Durack. She was a course and distance winner way back in March 2021. That was her only win to date in 32 starts. 25 of them have come on the all-weather. Talk about a truncated career for this mare. She's ran twice in the last 980 days, both of them uninspiring efforts, but understandable given that she clearly has had her issues. When reappearing from a 629-day break, making a stable debut for Seamus on Boxing Day at Wolverhampton, she stopped quickly, having made the running. She just, until we see a move in the positive direction, I can't really see her being involved in this, even though the field is slightly cut up. Number 6 in here, Penny B, Kieran O'Neill, Rachel Cook and John Bridger. Arrives here off a recent best, and she previously been third, beaten a length and a half at Salisbury last June, and I ran to that level last time in a 6 furlong classified at Lingfield on her first run back for just over 4 months off. She's on a quick turnaround with just a 6-day back up. Probably it looks more of a good opportunity that Connections didn't really feel that they could pass up. I thought a win might be tricky for her. I could definitely see a minor placing though, and if she can overcome that wide draw in stall 11, she will appreciate this kind of test. Number 8 is already out on the track, and this is one that we very much need to touch on. See the Buckhorn, George Bass claiming 3 for Mark Usher. Yet to win in 12 starts, but there was a lot to like about his last run, which came on Boxing Day. Saw him well in front of a couple of rivals who reopposed Caminar and Gracious Grace. He didn't enjoy a smooth passage. He was blocked for around a quarter of the race, having been sat just behind the leaders. He has, crucially, some early pace too in his arsenal, and he should be able to use stall 1 to his advantage. If he can enjoy better luck, I thought this might be the race where he's able to break through. I initially would have thought each way claims at least, but I think he's got pretty substantial win claims on what we've seen so far. So he's seemingly, throughout the course of the day, Tom, he's always been fairly well found in the market, but the real money horse is Time Patrol for Tony Carroll in the first-time hood. Ross Orion looking for a quick double. Thanks, Tom. Despite the fact there's an 11-8 favourite, I still think it's a tricky race to call. Yes, Time Patrol does arrive in good form. I just don't feel like the price represents any value. If you were on at bigger prices, then well done. He continues to get backed. I think I'd like to see the Buckhorn. See if he can get out from stall 1. Let's see with Tony.
For the Tri-Unibet's new Boost Classified Stakes Division 1. A little bit slow to go. In behind was Star Adorned. It's now quite keen in the green and yellow colours. Canamar broke well in the cheek pieces. Comes across for Tom Queally to just go on. Also keen is Penny B in second place with the jockey Kieran O'Neill right up in the irons there, trying to get the horse to settle down, but is racing far too enthusiastically at the moment. Tracking that one, the blue visor of Warrior Square is next. That's racing one out, one back. Against the rails is Ricardo of Worthing, the yellow cap, and then comes See the Buckthorn in the blue and yellow star jacket. Around the outside goes Carry On H in the yellow and black. The bright yellow of Time Patrol is next, held up by Ross Orion. And the back pair are Star Adorned as they come around the home turn and pass halfway. And finally, Gracious Grace and Holly Doyle, the light blue horse with the cheek pieces. They turn for home then with 3 furlongs left to go. The leader is still Canamar by half a length to Penny B racing in second place. Behind them in third towards the inside, Ricardo of Worthing. Ridden along then is Warrior Square by Tom Markand. Behind those is See the Buckthorn looking for an out. Time Patrol needs to get going but does start to pick up on the outside in the hood for Ross Orion. On extreme outer is Carry On H as they head down with a couple of furlongs to go. Trying to burst through now on the inside is See the Buckthorn. Down the outside, Warrior Square. These two go on. Time Patrol needs to pick up. They head inside the final half. It's now Warrior Square and Tom Markand in front. He's finding plenty here for TJ Kent, and Warrior Square will win. Second place, just Time Patrol, and third was See the Buckthorn. They were clear. It was close for fourth, involving Ricardo of Worthing. Gracious Grace was also involved for that place.
Warrior Square gets his turn, and at the 8th attempt he is off the mark under Tom Markand. A strong ride from an excellent jockey. Time Patrol got going just a bit too late, has had every chance in the end really. And See the Buckhorn, once again that start, he wasn't good from the gates, but it didn't look like it was necessarily too problematic given the position that he managed to get, which was just in behind, just by the side of Time Patrol. But in the better position, already getting stoked up is Warrior Square. We know he stays a bit further. His better form had come over a mile, and it is possible that he has found this a little bit sharp. It is possible as well that just dropping back into this kind of grade for a horse that was not yet completely exposed has proved the trick. And he's been strong, and he's not exactly stopping at the line. If anything, I think he's definitely seeing off See the Buckhorn in good style. Tom, I mean, it's a classified, it's not much of a race, but it'll mean the world to connections for Terry Kent, owner and trainer. He's got Warrior Square off the mark at the 8th attempt.